Hello everyone, it's your boy, Johnny Boy, and welcome back to another video. Today we will be covering the PlayStation All-Stars, and one of its best matchups, Raiden, the cyborg from Metal Gear, and Cole Macgrath, the conduit from Infamous. Yeah, that's right, PlayStation All-Stars did have some good things about it, and it wasn't the gameplay. It was the rival battles, which gave us such iconic battles such as Kratos vs. Sweet Tooth and Evil Cole vs. Fat Princess? Okay, maybe not all of them. But one that stood out was Raiden vs. Cole, one of the only ones that could actually be debated. And we will be using Good Cole for this video, but since Good Cole and Evil Cole were basically the same for most of Infamous 2, both of their feats should apply. But without further ado, let's figure out who will win. Let's start with Raiden, one of the most powerful video game heroes ever. And if you don't know some of his feats, then you are in for a wild ride. So let's start with Raiden's speed. Back when Raiden was still human in MGS2, Raiden tells us that he fought in VR missions of Snake's missions. If this is true, this should scale him to Solid Snake, who was capable of dodging railguns blasts that could go up to 3,000 miles a second. Even if this isn't true, we see Raiden in his human form dodge one of these railgun shots fired from Fortune. Raiden has also been shown to consistently be able to react and slice through multiple machine gun bullets while in his weaker cyborg body. But this is nothing compared to Raiden's feat in his upgraded cyborg form, as we can see that in Metal Gear Rising, when in blade mode, literal lasers come to a crawl. He is also able to swing his blade multiple times as well. This will give him faster than light plus attack and reaction speed, specifically 15 times faster than light. This seems to be consistent as we can see that Snake could dodge Metal Gear Rex's laser beams. Raiden should scale to this with it scaling the Snake, and units such as Metal Gear Ray's could dodge him as well. Raiden was shown to be able to hit and dodge Metal Gear Ray's attacks while in his weaker cyborg body, and even in his human form back in MGS2. And with a smooth transition to strength, we see that Raiden was able to stop an attack from Metal Gear Ray and bring the attack to a complete stop. We know that Metal Gear Ray should weigh around 2,500 tons, so Metal Gear Ray should be able to output about 24 million newtons of force. And later on, Raiden was shown to lift this beast high into the air, so it's pretty reasonable that Raiden should have equal if not greater strength than a Metal Gear Ray. Not only is this pretty consistent, with Raiden stopping Senator Armstrong's punches, who could destroy Metal Gear Excelsis with a single punch, but he has shown an even greater strength feat in his weaker cyborg body, with only one arm, this being him stopping Outer Haven, which, when couched, would put him around multi-city block level in attack potency and strength. This feat required 9.5 billion newtons of force. This is further backed up with Raiden scaling to Snake, as Snake was able to defeat Big Boss, so Snake should scale over Big Boss, and Big Boss was able to leap a Metal Gear with his bare hands as well. So yeah, I think it's pretty safe to say Raiden is pretty strong. But where Raiden really shines is his abilities and hacks. Raiden's main weapon is the high frequency blade, a blade he has had since MGS2. And this blade is pretty dang powerful. It's not that it's super sharp or anything, it's just that the blade vibrates so fast that it breaks the bonds down to the plank scale. To demonstrate how small that is, planks are smaller than quarks, which make up protons and neutrons, which make up atoms. This sword alone grants Raiden durability negation, but strong enough people have shown to just catch the blade and even want to break it, so it's not always consistent. Along with this, his cyborg body grants him the ability to swing his sword at faster than light speeds using blade mode. The sword is strong enough to cut through metal designed to withstand nuke. Pretty crazy. Besides that, Raiden has Ripper mode, which gives him an insane power boost to his bloodshed, with him being able to rip through stuff easier. The only problem being that both blade mode and Ripper mode require energy. In fact, his whole body requires it. He also can't heal on his own and must consume a fuel cell, which is filled with electrolyte. But even with all of that, his durability is crazy as well, with him surviving punches from Senator Armstrong, who could destroy a Metal Gear with a single punch, and Raiden got up just a little bit groggy. This is further backed up by Raiden's Outer Haven feat, where the ship crushed him and he still survived. So yeah, Raiden is pretty dang powerful, and of course, all this is just more reason for why Raiden is a beast. Moving on, we have Cole Macgrath, the prime conduit from Infamous. So Cole is basically just Raiden from Mortal Kombat, except just way cooler. Starting with his strength, Cole could lift a light pole, which could weigh about 200 pounds. Well dang. Cole can also hold open the mouth of a devourer, whose bite should be comparable to a hippo's, who can produce 8,100 newtons of force with a single bite. Cole was able to break free from the beast's grasp, who was a 100-foot lava-like giant, and when calculating at a bare minimum, the beast should be able to grasp with 2.5 million newtons of force, which is calculated from his weight times 1.3, giving his strength. And although these are some pretty crazy strength feats, Cole's real strength comes from his attack potency, with him being able to produce attacks with his electricity that can blow up huge oil towers, which would be about 125 feet tall, giving him small building level attack potency. But that is not all, as he is able to create small lightning storms with his ionic storm or vortex. But his most blatant feat is him blowing off the head of the beast with one of his ionic storms. This is particularly impressive considering the beast could survive a nuke straight to the face. This will grant Cole large mountain level attack potency. And all of this is pretty dang consistent as well, with the beast being defeated and having his head blown off again at the end of the game. Now, let's take a look at his speed. So Cole has consistently shown to roll out of the way of bullets, granting him at least subsonic speeds. This is even true when he was pretty new to his powers back in Empire City, and since then he has gotten stronger and faster in the form of blast cords, so he should arguably be faster. Along with this, Cole was able to dodge lightning blasts from Kessler in the first game. Lightning blasts go about 1/3 the speed of light. Cole can also attack at this speed since, he can fire electricity. And all of these feats would become faster when Cole activates Precision Blast, which allows him to slow down time and shoot even faster bolts of lightning. Cole is able to dodge Radiation Blast from the RFI, which goes the speed of light. Cole is also able to slow this down with Precision Blast, giving him faster than light plus reaction speeds. He should also have attack speed this fast since he can fire blasts faster than the RFI Radiation Blast. Cole also has some insane durability as well, with him surviving rocket launches straight to the face, which is about small building level. But of course, this isn't all, with him also surviving attacks from the Beast, who could destroy all of Empire City with a single blast. This is calced at least large mountain level again, and Cole survived many of these blasts point blank, which makes these feats pretty consistent. But if we want to get into different kinds of attacks, then Cole can survive attacks that can atomize people. This being another one of the Beast attacks, which was stated by himself that it does the same thing a Ray Spear does, that being atomizing anybody caught in the blast. And Cole survived this attack not once, but twice. So it's safe to say that this is pretty consistent. Now let's move on to Cole's abilities. Cole has many electric abilities, including grenades, rockets, force blasts, and just straight bolts. Cole also has ice abilities, where he can freeze opponents. But some of his most out there abilities are his kinesis, where he can lift things like cars and barrels with it. But he can also lift wooden pallets, meaning it is more telekinetic rather than magnetic. And as I was saying earlier, Cole has an ionic storm, a lightning storm which Cole can control, which as stated earlier, was able to blow the beast's head off. Ionic Vortex, which is a tornado Cole can shoot out fairly quickly. His freezing abilities also allowed him to freeze everyone in front of him with Ionic Freeze. He can also absorb electricity, any kind in fact, including bioelectricity. He can absorb it not only to power himself back up, but to also heal himself as well. Pretty wide variety of abilities, and great speed, strength, and attack potency. Definitely one of the most powerful characters in fiction. Alright, it's time to see who wins. So first of all, both characters are extremely powerful in their own right, but when looking at their stats, it does seem closer than you might expect. Well, let's start with their strength. Raiden was able to lift multiple Metal Gears and hold back Outer Haven, which in all puts his strength around Class G or about 9.5 billion newtons of force. Cole's best strength feat is nothing compared to this, with him only getting free of the Beast's grasp, which would require about 2.5 million newtons of force. So Raiden is thousands of times stronger than Cole, but when taking a look at attack potency, it's pretty different. Raiden's highest feat is in line with his highest durability feat when using Newton's third law, that being when he survived Metal Gear Excelsis exploding. So it is pretty reasonable to assume that he could output that much energy as well, making him multi-city block level. Cole just has a higher attack potency than him though, damaging the Beast who could survive nukes, which grants him large mountain level attack potency. So Raiden doesn't really have attack potency, as it is far more based on his strength, but Cole does have an insane attack potency. This is about the same as durability, with Cole surviving large mountain level attacks, that being from surviving the beast attacks, which is greater than Raiden surviving Metal Gear Excelsis explosions, which is only large city block level. But when looking at their speed, things seem pretty equal, with both showcasing instances of being faster than light and able to attack at that speed as well. So speed blitzing isn't an option for either character, aka I'm looking at you, Crisis. Now, with all the stats shown, who actually wins? Well, I think after some thought, Cole would win. And before the Metal Gear fans go yelling in the comments, let me explain. Even though Raiden is stronger in raw strength, and that they have equal speed, Cole outclassed him in everything else. Cole had better attack potency and durability, so nothing Raiden could do was strong enough to kill Cole, except for Raiden's high frequency blade, which has durability negation, which should let him win, except for the fact that it has been shown to be stopped just with someone's hands. Besides, both of their speeds are the same, meaning no speed blitzing is going on. But the main reason Raiden loses is their abilities and power resources. For Raiden to use Blade Mode and Ripper Mode, he would have to get more fuel cells, which are only found in Cyborg, something that isn't in every environment. This is unlike Cole's resource, that being electricity, which is a lot more abundant and is almost everywhere. Cole has the ability to sense and drain any electricity from anything as well. This includes bioelectricity, which Raiden would have. Not to mention that their power resources heals him as well, meaning Raiden would not be healing the entire fight. This would mean Raiden would lose his abilities, tire out, and slowly lose health, while Cole can just keep healing and getting his power resource back. Now, don't get me wrong, this would definitely be a close fight, but I think Cole wins just more times than not. And if you were wondering, yes, this is secretly a Crisis debunking video, specifically being Raiden versus Cole if you couldn't guess. Anyways guys, thanks for watching, and comment below what you want me to do next. I'm thinking either Gojo versus Virgil, Kratos versus Doomslayer, or Thor versus Kratos. Don't forget to subscribe and like, because it really helps the channel grow, which means I can make more of these videos. Stay fresh.